What's up guys and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we have got another Real Madrid news video, I guess. Not sure why I'm making these. Anyways, we have got the news, and the first one on the channel is going to be about Real Madrid. Then we're going to do about football. It'll be released on Sunday. So I'm not sure when this video is going out on, but anyways, let's dive into it. Guys, the first news apparently that I am reading is apparently Zidane wants to leave. And how is that going to impact us as a club? So Zidane wants to leave apparently because I read, okay, um it's coming from media, so we're not so sure whether it's true or not. um Apparently Zidane wants to leave because it is he doesn't like, I guess it's about the COVID-19 pandemic stuff, and the fixtures that we have got coming up is very tight, of course, and he doesn't like um that, so he wants to leave. Also, there's additional, there is apparently a few fights slash fallout between him and certain players. It doesn't mention really who, but some players doesn't get along well with Zidane, so that's why there's fights and he wants to leave. And how is that going to impact us as a football club, a club? Firstly, Zidane came in 2016. I wasn't watching back then. I was watching 2 years after he came in. He came in 2016 and won us. How is that going to impact us? Firstly, Zidane won 3 Champions League trophies with us, 2 La Liga, and a whole bunch of trophies. And he was a great coach. I really liked him when he came in, and he was such an impact, the way he let our players play and all that stuff. But after he decided to leave in 2019, I think, um to Juve to become like a training coach, and then he came back like the following year or the same year. I can't remember, time just flies. He didn't, I guess he didn't do, I guess it affects him because Ronaldo left, and it affected a lot of the players, like Marcelo. He's one of them. Ramos, kind of, not really, but kind of. And many other players were affected by Ronaldo's departure, so I can understand um how he's feeling or how he felt um when he came back. Last season we won La Liga, um, and I guess that's really all he has won in the last 2 seasons when he came back. In the Champions League wise, this is our best. Out of the last 3 seasons, we were knocked out by Ajax in the round of 16. We were knocked out by Manchester City in the quarterfinals, and this season we were knocked out by Chelsea in the semi-finals. And the thing is, I don't blame him for all this. Um, of course, he has to take some of the blame, not all though. I feel like people are just criticizing, blaming, putting pressure on him all the time, and that is really not unhealthy. That's really unhealthy. Sorry, for the club, and you know, so sometimes people, and it's not just players, managers, but you and me, everyone, um, who face this such of criticism and all of these, hate and all that, can actually get into some mental health condition. And maybe that's where Zidane is going. He doesn't want to be at that area, or going to be um having such issues, and it's not good for him, of course. It's not good for anyone. So I can understand why he wants to leave. However, it's going to impact us so much. You know, we have him an experienced coach for like 5 to 6 seasons, and if he just leaves, like that, the first thought that comes to our mind are like, who is going to replace him, and are we going to play the same way as we did? Um, so without further ado, let's go and find out some alternative options that we can bring in to replace Zidane if he does leaves. So what are some replacements that we can get for Zidane? First up on my list is our club legend Raul, and I think he's coaching the BE team. I'm not so sure. I don't really focus on the second team, but I'll probably start watching it a bit more. Anyways, Raul, you know, one of our best players in our history. He is linked with a move to become the main coach if Zidane does leaves. And it's the same situation. A lot of people are saying and thinking Raul is so inexperienced. You know, he is not fit to be a coach. He's not ready to be a coach. When we first saw Zidane get promoted from the B team to the main team coach in 2016, of course, he did well. So I have no, there is no like reason that, or there is nothing that can stop a manager from being inexperienced. Like apart from Zidane, right now we are seeing like the Julian Nagelsmann. I think that's how it's, I don't know how to say his name. Julian Nagelsmann. We are seeing Ryan Mason in charge of Spurs for a while. He has won all of their games so far. Is that 2 or 3 games? I have no idea. But when you talk about inexperience, it's actually not. You know, you can do well with a team if you play well. Age is just a number. You know, experience is nothing. Um, I mean, experience is something at least, but please don't say he's inexperienced. Do not worry about that. It's not really about that. It's about his capabilities. Can he make the players, or can he get the players to get to their best? Can he get the Vinicius Juniors, the Rodrigos to do well? Can he get the Hazard back, which we're gonna talk about him in a while? Can he get the team to not just rely on Ramos and Benzema and just do well? It really depends on whether the manager can do this. And this season, Zidane can't. Benzema, best player. Ramos, best player. No one else, maybe Cruz, maybe Casemiro, um, is at that level. I mean, Vinicius Junior, that guy is something special. I think that he's gonna be one of the best players in the future. But if he's gonna continue playing like this, and what do I mean like this? It means Vinicius Junior has such a good talent. He's so pacey. He can run very fast, very very fast. One of the fastest players I've seen. He's a very good dribbler. His dribbling is insane. But if he doesn't know how to finish his dinner, as people say, then there's no point. Okay, there's no point in you being quick, knowing how to dribble if you can't shoot. Hazard, one of the best players in the world, or was one of the best players in the world. What has happened to him? Like what? It's been like 2, 3 years since we last saw the best Hazard. The Hazard that won the Europa League with the Chelsea. The one that did the interview. Remember him, okay? And look at where he is right now. Injuries and all that. So do you think that Raul can come in to change all this if he was to be assigned as manager? That's the question which we're asking, and not he's totally inexperienced. Is he experienced? Does he have what it takes? No, it's whether he can make a change into the team and whether he can make the players play the best. The next, or maybe the second so far, um, choice is actually um, Massimiliano Allegri, the former Juventus managers who was sacked. And this is a bit of a strange one because when you're watching this, he's probably not going to be linked with Real Madrid the most anymore. Um, Anyways, the time of recording and all that, he's been linked with a few teams. Apparently, Juventus won him, Arsenal, um, AC Milan, and Real Madrid. So he's being chased after four clubs. He's the least unlikely one because the thing is, I think he might go for to like a Arsenal. You know, Arsenal are gonna sack Arteta. We all know that. You know, Arteta, after they lost to Villarreal 2-1 on the aggregate, it's been pretty poor this season. And there's no doubt Arteta is gonna leave. Um, and I feel pretty bad for him because he just came in this season to take the job. Um, and last season, like, did he? Was it last season or was it this season? No, no, last season wasn't it? Yeah, last season Arteta got the job. Then you know all that drama everybody's facing. So I think he deserves to get another chance. But apparently Allegri is linked to Arsenal, AC Milan. I can understand why. Juventus because they're not gonna win the league. They might not even make top four, and Pirlo. Oh my god. Just has no experience, mate. um Again, we talked about the experience issue. um and you know, I just said experiences means nothing. However, this type of experience means something. PLO has no experience with any team at all. However, like a Raul has coached the B team and all that, so he does know how to be a manager. Pirlo, literally, I don't know who he has coached, but he has no experience. So that might be why Juve are not winning the league, which is shocking. But again, good luck and try next season. Try harder, you know. Also, you know, very well done by Conte's Inter. But why are we talking about other clubs? We're talking about Allegri coming to Real Madrid. Anyways, is it gonna happen? Do I think it's gonna happen? I don't think so. If you think about um alternative options, he's not coming. I think he'll rather go to like Arsenal, Juventus. He's rejected Juve. He might go to Milan. He might go to Spurs as well. Apparently, both Arsenal, Spurs, and Milan, and Real, and Juve are all interested. So five clubs. No longer four, five. I forgot about Spurs. Sorry. Um, then we've got five clubs in the race for a manager, and well, that's a crucial time, cause whenever a club um sack their manager, there's always that one guy. Remember Pochettino? He was linked with Real Madrid. He was linked with PSG, Barcelona, so many clubs. He chose PSG. Jose Mourinho, he was sacked. Roma, got him. Apparently, he was linked with Milan, Juve, a few times. I don't know where that came from. Um, and you know, whenever a team sack a manager, that manager who got sacked will be linked with another team, and another manager will be linked with the job, like Allegri, um, and all. And do I see this happening? No. Um, I just don't think he would choose Real Madrid, and I just don't think that he would, you know, do much better. I don't think so. But he could maybe prove me wrong if he actually, you know, comes to Real Madrid and do well and maybe win the league, win the Champions League. You know, he has brought Juve to the final multiple times. So why not? If you know, if he is interested in the Real Madrid job, I would most likely and I would most certainly, sorry, give him a chance. If he wants to prove himself, he has the if he thinks he has the capability to do so, why not? Come here, you know, get the job done, then you'll be great. However, what if he comes here and fails? That will be another situation, another complete different story. Um, but Allegri is second as managers to replace Real Madrid. Next up, we have got a few um, transfers kind of topics first up, I want to talk about Eden Hazard. Next up, we've got the Eden Hazard news. Apparently, Real Madrid are willing to sell him for around 50 million if any club come in and say we want to pay you 50 million for Hazard. And I don't see right now, especially during the pandemic, any teams to pay 50 million for a 30-year-old. I know he's still considered as one of the best. No, he actually isn't. He actually isn't considered as one of the best. Really not. Like, um, a lot of issues has happened, and we want to talk about them. You guys probably already know what has happened, what is happening to Hazard, and also we're not just gonna talk about him leaving, and we're gonna talk about why he is linked with leaving. So after we got knocked out by Chelsea, apparently he was seen smiling to some of his ex-teammates, and that was a gesture that I didn't like. I didn't like, especially not when it is my club. We lost to Chelsea. It's pain enough, and you are going to your ex-players, whatever, whoever they are, maybe Rudiger, maybe whoever. You don't go there to smile, laugh, and shake hands. You are acting like a Chelsea player. You are acting like as if you don't care. And he got a lot of criticism online. Real Madrid fans hate it. Real Madrid fans in Spain hate it. Um, and then on his Instagram story, I think he posted an apology story saying, "I didn't want it to offend. I didn't intend to offend Real Madrid fans. It was always my dream to play here, Real Madrid, and all that." Is that apology good enough for his actions? For me, I think if he can perform for us, I can accept that. But if he can't perform, and what I mean can't perform, there's a deadline. I'm gonna give him next season. Maybe even no. I think that he'll get one last season to prove himself. Maybe even not. I don't know what the Real Madrid um people at working at Real Madrid thinks, like the transfer, the people in charge of the transfers, right? I don't know what they're thinking. Zidane, what is he thinking? Is he going to give Hazard another chance, one last season, next season? If Hazard still can't get to his best, um, that's what I would do. If he still can't get his best, sell him. However, he's 30. Next season, next summer, he's 31. How much money I gonna pay for 31-year old? Like, who is gonna pay 50 million, 60 million for a 31-year-old Hazard? And his wages is like 200k a week. Who's gonna pay that? Who would honestly pay all that money for 31-year-old? I don't see. Maybe a PSG, maybe a Manchester City, but PSG, Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria, great attack. Manchester City, they need a striker than a winger, and there's no other club that I see paying for Hazard. So it's kind of like give him another chance, give him another season. But it's also like, what if we give him another season, he doesn't shine? How much are we gonna sell him for? It's like, how much are we gonna sell him for? When he's 31, 20 million? No way. No, there's no way we're selling him for 20 million. Um, the sound of that sounds stupid. Um, and it's really sad to see such a thing happen to one of the best in the world. Um, it's really confusing of the Hazard situation right now. Um, I don't know what we are planning to do. Do we want to sell? Do you want to keep? I personally would give him another chance, but what if he doesn't perform and his market value just gonna decline massively? So it is something to think about. Now we're gonna talk about transfer stuff, about not selling but maybe buying. But before we talk about that, we're gonna talk about a few loan players. Firstly, Gareth Bale. we all know what the Gareth Bale situation is right now. He's on loan at Spurs. He's like 500k a week. No one wants to pay that. Apparently Spurs. And do I see him coming back and playing for the club? No. We just not gonna use him. You know, we just don't want him anymore. He's not gonna get any game time. We're gonna pay him like 500k a week to do nothing. So hopefully Spurs say we want to buy him. I would take 10 million. Honestly, give us 10 million. Get Bill out of here. I do not want to see, Bill flopping. And the reason why I don't want to see Bale come back is not because I hate Bale and I'm not a typical Real Madrid fan. It's because it's good for Bale. If he comes back, he's not gonna get any game time. Really, really. And he's not gonna perform. He'd rather go for a golf match than playing for Real Madrid. So why not focus on Spurs, your ex club, and the club you're doing well for? He's got a hat trick against Sheffield United, didn't he? So it's all for the good. Real Madrid benefit, Spurs benefit. They get a player who is going to be their first choice player, and he benefits. So why not we just get this settled with, sell him to Spurs, and that's it. No more Bale trouble in our heads. We don't even have to think about Bale, and just sell him. Anyways, we have got our second and next loan deal, and it is Martin Odegaard and Dani Ceballos, two Real Madrid players on loan at Arsenal. Now, uh, we're gonna talk about Ceballos first because Ceballos apparently is not wanted by Arsenal. Apparently, not sure whether this is true, but I can see why. I think that he has not been doing well this season for Arsenal. Um, he has made a lot of mistakes. Um, and he just isn't it. Do I see him coming to our team, playing him? Absolutely not. I feel like we don't we don't give other midfielders a chance. Like look at our midfield, right? Casemiro, Modric, Valverde, and Cruz. Settled. We are only gonna play with these four. That's it. And I feel bad because we only have these four as options. But that is literally what Zidane wants to stick with. The four experienced players, including Valverde, who is not really experienced, but and stick with them. Even if they're 31, 32, just play them. All along, play them. You know? So, um, literally, I don't see Ceballos coming in. Most likely when he comes back, he's gonna get sold or get loaned out again. Um, I feel like we are Chelsea here. I feel like we are actually a Chelsea buying players, loaning them out, and then when they come back, loan them out again. That's just what they do. But this is for the better. Cause we all have this plan of just in case. Let's say Modric gets injured for a year. If we need a midfielder, we have the just in case, and we can just bring back Ceballos and play him. That is literally what we are doing, and we have been doing this for years. Um, so it's gonna continue. Like literally, it's gonna continue, and it's really bad for the players because you know they're on loan, and then when they come back, they get loaned out again, and then when they come back, um, you they're like, do I actually play? And then they just don't play. Um, Especially to players who have the dream of playing for a Real Madrid team, they want to play, and they want to play for this club. They get loaned out like 10 times. That's 10 years, and when they're like 30, they get sold. That's it. Now next we've got Odegaard, of course. Arsenal want him because he has been arguably Arsenal's best midfielder, not best player. Aubameyang is. Leno, maybe. He's been their best midfielder by far. I just don't think that Thomas Partey has done enough to be their best midfielder. Odegaard is one very interesting one because Arsenal want him, but Real Madrid have no interest in selling. So it's like, are you gonna use him? Then they're not gonna sell Odegaard because of the just in case. And next season, we're gonna loan Odegaard out to like a Chelsea, and he's gonna do the same thing over and over and over again. And we're never gonna play him. We're never gonna play Odegaard because he's not in our plans. But we want to keep him, and we don't want to sell him. But he's not in our plans. Why not just say, give us 50 million, you can have him. Ceballos, give us 30 million, you can have him. We get the money, go and get a better player. Maybe um, a, I would think right now we will need a better right back. Carvajal just isn't it. Um, but we're probably gonna sign like Mbappe. So if you want to sign a Mbappe, you want to sign a Haaland, why not just sell the players you don't need, collect the money, and then just splash it out? Why do you keep the players you don't care about? You have no plans. And I know that Zidane has no plans for Ceballos or Odegaard. We all know that. Why not just sell them then and get the money? To splash out on Mbappe. You know, if you want Mbappe, 200 million, splash out, give us the money, for Odegaard and Ceballos, and we can use that money to pay for Mbappe. And I just don't know what's happening with the Mbappe Haaland situation. Um, anyways, that is the loan players done. We have got signings that we apparently are interested in. Guys, the first signing, of course, we've talked about it, Mbappe. Um, the thing is, it's not gonna be easy. While I drink something, it's not gonna be easy to get Mbappe because PSG want to extend his contract. Um, but his contract expires I think this year or maybe 2022. And it's complicated to sign him because do we have enough funds? um you know, the reason why the Super League started is because we don't have enough funds. But we're not gonna talk about that. And the thing is, Mbappe's dream is to play for Real Madrid. He's probably gonna be like 500k a week, 200 million, 200 million, maybe 250, 300, closer to 300 than 200. um but do I see Mbappe coming to Real Madrid? Yes, in the foreseeable future. Do I see he coming this season? No. um it's just not gonna happen. I would love to, but no. Then we've got Haaland. Apparently Dortmund don't want to sell him this season. However, his agent, the man, the myth, the not legend, Mina Raiola, has said that his client, you know, would want to leave if they don't get Champions League football, which they are right now in fifth or sixth. I don't know the Bundesliga table. I think they're in fifth. At the time of recording, of course, you guys watching, they might be in fourth. And Dortmund said, okay, this is coming from different sources, but what I've read is, if you guys want Haaland, give us 180 million. It's set, nothing less. 180 million. Sky Sports say it's 150, but the main ones that I looked at were 180. Um, and it's really, are we going to pay? Yeah, the thing is, both Mbappe and Haaland are extremely expensive. And we are literally, they are the two main targets. We're going to talk about Samuel. And, um, and we are not going to sign him. We are not going to sign them this season. But I can see one of the two come to Real Madrid in the future. They are still 21, 22 years old players. They're still young. They still have a lot of potential. But what this does mean is, when they grow or when they get older, of course, they're gonna be more expensive. If they keep their form, they're gonna be 300 million each or 400 million. They might be record-breaking signings. Um, so Haaland might be 200 million and no longer 180, 150. So that is a bit of a problem. However, we're not gonna sign them this season. Um, so let's just move on to the next piece of news, which is a new centre back. Okay, I'm getting a bit of hyped out. We all saw the atrocious defending from Ramos and Militao. Varane, of course, missed the game, and he was missed as a crucial player due to injuries and all that stuff. But the one player that I think should leave is Nacho. I really have had enough with Nacho um, because he is just the thing is he's slow as a player. He's not quick. He's not that slow, but slow. Um, and as much as he's been here for 7 8 years, I feel like he should not be playing game week in week out. He should not be playing, right? Which means we need another centre back to replace him. We also need a right back. Of course, we need a right back. Like Carvajal, he was great at moments. I remember the assist to Ronaldo and all that. Um, but the good memories will end eventually, and certain players will have to leave. I'm gonna talk about a bit of departure as well at the end. And the two players who are linked with Real Madrid, the centre backs, one of them is a left-footed player in Villarreal's Pau Torres, who obviously was part of the team who beat Arsenal. Him and Raul Albiol, a former Real Madrid player, of course, and former Real Madrid player, Albiol, of course, managed to knock Arsenal out. Impressive. I've got the one word I've got to describe the game, or the two of them in defense. Impressive, and he's left-footed as well, um, which is quite rare about centre backs, and he's a good player. I really like watching him play. As a centre back, he's one of the best out there that you can buy. How much is this gonna cost though? Um, let's find out. I have went out to research on Pau Torres' value, and there's been you can't trust um the websites, but apparently around 50 million euros is all in it to to get Pau Torres. And do I think it's worth it? Maybe. Um, maybe he's gonna be worth it. Um, because of course we need a new centre back, and 50 million for centre back, it's very hard to find. You wanna find a cheap and good centre back, that is linked with Real Madrid. It's hard. So around 50 million isn't too bad. Then we move on to the next one, Julius Kunde, who is I don't know how much, but let's go find out again. Kunde's value is about 60 million euros. Again, not bad for a centre back. However, it's not just us who are interested in him. Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool. Who else are there? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think these are the only teams they want. Maybe from PSG. These teams are interested in Kunde. It's not just us. So the competition is high. Um, while Pau Torres, maybe one or two other team are interested. The competition for Kunde is higher than for Pau Torres, and he's more expensive. However, he has got very good, defensive kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it. He's very good defensively, I guess, and Europe. He has got Europe experience. He's playing in Champions League, while Villarreal are playing in Europa League. While we are a Champions League team, not a Europa League team, it kind of makes sense to go for Kunde. However, it's not gonna get easy to get him, um, and yeah. So right now, Kunde, um, and Pau Torres as the two centre back signings. Before I end today's video, I have got my own say about all of this. I personally want Zidane to stay. If he doesn't, do well for us in the league, and or in the Champions League, then we can consider of getting getting rid of him, or asking him to leave. If um we want to look at a new center back, I would go with Paul Torres, because I feel like he is probably an easier player to sign. That's probably it, and he's a bit cheaper in his wages as well. Sevilla are a much bigger team than Villarreal. No disrespect to Villarreal, but he's probably got higher wages than Paul Torres. And then we're gonna talk about departures. I feel like Marcelo should leave. Um, you guys probably hate me for that, but I just think that a new backup left back for Marcelo, and then we can sell Marcelo. Would that be a wise choice? Would it not be wise? Do let me know. And what else have I got to say? I I actually think that, oh yeah, there's one more. Um, Jovic swap deal with Andrea Silva from Frankfurt. That's gonna be another one that I forgot to talk about it. The Portuguese striker, who is, some say, the next Ronaldo. Too far, a bit too far. He's linked with both Madrid clubs. However, Atletico Madrid are slightly leading. Um, you know what? I wouldn't mind getting him. If we can get the Jovic Andrea Silva swap deal, because obviously Jovic is on loan and at Frankfurt. Andrea Silva plays at Frankfurt. So once Jovic come back, if we could do like a whoop deal, then that will be great. However, is that going to happen? I doubt so. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's long Real Madrid video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are not already. Um, and stay tuned for match preview against Sevilla and this week's actual um, game football review of the entire week, which is going to be happening every Sunday. Um, and yeah, hit the like button if you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.